Hey guys, Assalamu alaikum. We're going to be making Portuguese steak today. I've got some lamb slices. It's a modified version that I've modified according to my taste over the years. So some of you have asked me to talk you through the recipe, which I will do. Portuguese steak, my version, accompanied by mixed vegetables. So we're going to start. First of all, I have marinated some meat slices in garlic, salt, black pepper and vinegar. I did it in the morning and I left it for a couple of hours. I then got some oil, some olive oil and some butter. I heated it in a frying pan, and then I added some sliced garlic flakes and some red bullet chilies, the bird's eye ones. Basically you put that inside the oil, you saute it for a little while, and then until it's quite like a pinkish brownish kind of color. Once you get that desired color, then obviously you will then put in the meat slices. So then you put them on inside the frying pan and you just wait for it to sizzle. So once you've added all of those slices, you will see that it kind of like gets like a juicy kind of texture. Keep it on a very slow heat, and you'll see that the marinade will start to leave water. Once that starts to happen, it's actually the gravy. So you get another pan on the side and you start to collect the gravy from the meat. You put it inside the pan, and then you carry on frying the meat again. So you do that a few times. So this is the first lot that we're doing now. So then you collect all the gravy in a pan, you leave it on the side, and then you continue to fry the meat again. So as you can see, I've done that, and now I've put the meat back onto the stove and I'm frying it again. Because it's meat, what usually happens is that it leaves quite a lot of watery residue, so you can keep on frying it on slow heat, twisting it and turning it for a little while, and you'll see that it still is leaving a lot of water. So you collect that water, you keep collecting that water inside the pan, you keep stirring, you keep turning the meat. Once that happens, and obviously as you can see, the meat is shrinking. When we first started cooking the meat, it was quite full. You can now see that it's separating from the pan. So I'm turning that around and I'm giving it a nice little stir. I'm continuing to collect the watery gravy into the pan. I've done that a couple of times, as you can see, and I'm going to continue to do that. It's cooking slowly, so we'll leave that on, and then I'm going to put on a lid on top so that it can sizzle in its own sauces. And then once that's done, obviously what we're going to do, so look, there's the top on there, and I'm just going to leave it to sizzle for a little while. So it sizzled for a while, and then as you can see now, the last of the marinated sauce is being collected into the pan, and then I will put the meat inside the pan as well, so that then we can continue to cook it on a low flame with the gravy. So there you see that there's no more juices left. Basically it's dried out. We've taken away all of the residue from the meat. We've collected it in a separate pan, and now we're just giving it the final little stir, the turnover, and then now we're just going to basically pour the meat into the juices that we had saved earlier. Going to give that a little final stir there, just before we go on to leave it onto a very slow flame. Okay, now we start with some more oil. So you get some more butter and a little bit more of olive oil. You put it all into the frying pan that you'll be using. You then get some more garlic flakes and red chilies, and you put that in again, and then you fry that again until it's like a pinkish, the way we did before. So give it a little stir, let it simmer. Once that becomes the desired color, so once that becomes like a pinkish brownish kind of color, you then get the marinade that was left over from the meat. So as you can see, it's just a little bit of meat, so it's going to be a little bit of marinade. You put that on and you let it come to a little bit of a boil. You stir it until you feel that it's you see that it's cooked, it comes to a good consistency. And then what you will do is you will just basically pour it over the meat. So we're just going to give that a little stir before we pour it over. There you go. Once that's done, pour that over the meat. It's going to give you a little bit of a sizzle. There you go. That's done. Give it another little stir, and then to finish that off, what we're going to do is going to add like half a cup of water. This will actually be so that we can cook the meat. So you've fried the meat, you've let all the sauces simmer within themselves. You've given it that nice little blend of chilies and garlic and frying and everything. The olive oil is all in there, so all the juices are mixed. And now you're going to add a little bit of water, and you're going to leave it on a very slow simmering kind of heat, and just cover it for about half an hour until it's basically very, very soft and nice to the touch. So that's your meat taken care of. For the vegetable, we've got the potatoes. So basically I've boiled a few pieces of potatoes. I've got some mixed vegetable, it could be of your choice. I've chosen the frozen one. I've got some fresh cauliflower, a tomato. Again, I'm going to use olive oil, so just a little drop of olive oil. I've pre-boiled the potatoes, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to saute the mixed vegetable. I'm just going to give that a little bit of a fry. Once that's all put in, then I add the remaining. So I've got an onion there, which I've just cut up into 4 pieces. Put the onion in, put the cauliflower in, put some salt, some pepper. The tomato is also in there somewhere, I believe. So the tomato goes in there as well. Yep, there you go. There you can see the tomato. And then you just give it a little stir. You cover it all up, and you leave it to cook for a little while. You've got the pre-boiled potatoes, so you put that in as well before you give it a cover. And there you go. You just leave that to simmer. And it's not a very big deal. It's just a very simple recipe. I've added some chili flakes because I like chilies, and some coriander or cilantro if you like to be American. So you put that on top, and you just give that another little bit of a stir. There you go. So now we have our steak ready, which I've served in a little platter, accompanied by the vegetables. As you can see, the meat pieces are very, very succulent, and trust me, they taste amazing. So we've got the steak on one platter. I've accompanied it with the mixed vegetables. You can actually have chips as well, but I didn't want to overdo it today, so I just went for the boiled version of vegetables. And then I've just got my little salad there. So yep, it's a very nice recipe. Please do try it. You can eat it with rice, but I chose to eat it with bread, so I've just got like a nice little bun there. And there you go. And look at that meat. It's just absolutely wonderful. It breaks so easily. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and hopefully you will subscribe to my channel and share my recipe, and bon appetit.